Hey gang, this is Ruben. How is everybody doing? Listen, I've been absent for a couple of days because I have some technical issues here and I had to reinstall this crazy program called Chrome and all kinds of things that went on. But anyhow, we're back, we're here, we're back on track. Well, listen, the last time that we were together, we were talking about evasion and avoidance and the difference between the two. Today, we're going to continue in that same series and where we're going to talk about being documented, and of course I make it facetiously. I say, I bet you thought you never hear that, right? But, this is for us who are here in the United States. There's something very, very important that I want to talk about, and this is right here. Not having the right documentation can disallow all your deductions and include penalties and fees doing 30 days and go back up to 3 years. So what we're going to focus on is we're going to talk about discovering how to make more and keep more of what you make. All right. So if you're all here with me, you can probably feel my excitement. This is a topic that is extremely dear to me. This is something that I've lived for almost 20 years because I just happen to love my money so much that I don't want to give it away just because I did something wrong. All right. So let's focus on that. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 W's that go right along with what I talked about in our last live session, which was where we're talking about evasion versus avoidance. But let's recap that a little bit. Okay, so here we got evasion versus avoidance. So we have a bridge. We have a toll bridge, so to speak, and we have an obligation, if it is a toll bridge, to pay for the toll. That is our obligation. That is, and if we decide to cross that bridge without paying for the toll, then we have, a duty. So we have evaded our duty, pretty much. So now, avoidance means going the long way, not to have to pay for the toll, which is the shortcut. If we go the long way, that's where we have avoidance. Now, avoidance is something that we get to choose if we do it or not. So it's 100% legal, but it is the long way. And that's where the 5 W's come in. But before we get to those 5 W's, there's something that I want to make sure that we're completely and 100% clear on. And that is this. This is the tax paradox that we have in this country. We have 2 complete and separate tax systems with 2 different complete groups of individuals. We got 14 million taxpayers with 157 deductions that they can take, and then we have 180 million taxpayers with 4 deductions that they can take. There's a lot more people taking a lot less, and a lot less amount of people taking a lot more. Yes, that's right. And here you see it in the scales. You got actually, should you just say the W-2 employee? He's at the very bottom of he's at the very bottom of the totem pole. So if you got a W-2, that means that you have a job, you get paid by somebody. You get paid to help somebody else fulfill their dreams. That's basically what it is. Okay? And they're going to pay you just enough to keep you, but not enough to lose you. And that is the reality of business. When I look at hiring somebody, I look at how little can I pay, how much can I get from that person. That's how businesses are run, because they're run by profit. They're run by bottom line. And we're looking for that. So we have the LLC. Now, I call the LLC the hospital gown. Because it is a limited liability corporation, which still you are representing. Most people think, well, I'm protected by an LLC. It is very easy to pierce that veil because most people do not know how to really carry it. And it's just like a hospital gown. You think you're completely protected in the front, and in the back, you're fully exposed. Okay, that's what an LLC is. Then you got the sub-S corporation, which is you actually classifying the LLC as something else. Then you have the C corporation, which is a little bit bigger. And then you got the self-employed. The self-employed is really where you want to be. By the time you go to a corporation and so forth, you got to have CFOs, CEOs, and all this other stuff. But when you're the self-employed, you are the cream of the crop. You got everything if you know how to do it. I'm going to prove to you that most of them have no clue. But we are entrepreneurs, right? We need to run our businesses, and we really want to know what to do. So here I ask you, which tax system are you in? Are you in the right one or the wrong one? Let's help define that, and let's take that to the next level. All right, so here we go. You entrepreneurs, you're self-employed because you're running a small business and you're running it out of your house, and you think you're doing everything right. Let me show you proof that most have absolutely no clue about what they're doing. All right, here we go. Look at this. Study shows small companies may have overpaid their taxes. Think about that. You got a CPA that you pay him monthly. Okay, to me, and I said this before, I don't care who it is. I don't care how many letters they have behind their name, PhDs, doctors, CPAs, JDs, and, I don't care what it is. If you're writing the check for their services, they're your employees, and they're sure as hell might as well know what the heck they're doing. Right here we see that over 2,000 small companies overpaid the alternative minimum tax, okay, by $11,638. I don't know how many of you are here right now, but you know, if those of you who are, get your calculator out. Figure that out. You got 2,000 times $11,638. How much is that? That's how much money was overpaid. But look at the next paragraph. Senator Christopher Bond, chairman of the Senate Committee on Small Businesses, said he is alarmed by the finding. The study was prepared by the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration. That's a big freaking title. They should know what they're talking about. These overpayments are especially troubling because there is no automatic system for refunding them or even alerting the taxpayer who have mistakenly overpaid. You know what this says? This says that if you make a mistake, you better find it. Because if they get more money, they're not going to tell you and they're going to freaking keep it. How do you like that? You better know what the heck you're doing. Now, how many of you already figured it out? Come on, put it over here somewhere on the notes. How much is 11,638 times 2,000? That's a small business. Now it's only 2,000. I don't know if you were one of them. What if you were? Could you have used an extra $11,000 this year? I mean, that's almost $1,000 a month. Could you have used that? Could that have been your mortgage payment? Could that have been your nice car payment? Maybe 2 car payments? Could that have paid for a nice vacation this year? Did you overpay and the government didn't tell you and didn't even send it back? Ah, interesting. Now, how many of you have ever heard of this guy? His name is Dave Ramsey. Look at what's on his page. And I put there's the URL right there so you guys can go verify exactly what I'm telling you is not some typo or something that I created for you. I did shorten the image because I wanted you to get more of the text. But look at this. According to a study conducted by the General Accounting Office, 2.2 million taxpayers overpay their taxes by nearly $1 billion, folks. $1 billion. Can you get some of that money back? Well, you better know where you're missing it because they're not going to tell you. And that's why education is important. That's why this particular subject has fascinated me for over 20 years. Because it's my money and it is my duty to know who I'm going to give it to. And I'd rather give it to me and give him the receipts. Otherwise, you're going to write that check and you're going to write it every week or every 2 weeks. You're going to write that check and you're either going to write it to Uncle Sam or you're going to write it to yourself and give him the receipts. But you will write that check. So you got to decide who you're going to give it to. And that only comes by knowing. It only comes by being intelligent about what it is that you're doing. Folks, I am passionate about this. I mean, I like my money too much to just blatantly just throw it away and give it away to somebody that I don't agree on how he's going to spend it. All right, so I'm just sharing this with you. So here it is. Which tax system you are in? If it is a for-profit intent, can you prove it? Can you prove that you actually have a for-profit intent business? The way you prove it has to be very, very specific and very, very detailed. Okay, I gave you the last time that we were together the 12 folders that you need to have because you need to document, you need to sort, and you need to be able to categorize what it is that you're doing. And this is where the 5 W's come in. The first one is kind of crazy, but here we go. Who was it with? What was it for? Where did it take place? When did it occur? And how much did you spend? On the back of your receipt. Now, this is what I'm going to suggest you do. You want to memorize these? You can. What I did many years ago is I had a rubber stamp created, and I carry it with me everywhere. Okay, grade your rubber stamp, turn your receipts over, stamp them. And in there, I want you to write who you were with, what was it for, where did it take place, when did it occur, and how much did you spend? Why? Because most of these receipts nowadays are the electronic type, the thermal paper. So with time, they fade. If they stay in the car or something like this, they're illegible. But if you stamp it in the back, you have proof right there of what it was. And it's written in your own hand, and you date it and everything else, and you have it. And this is where your documentation comes in. Then you're going to sort it, and then you're going to categorize where those expenses are in. Even if it is a meal with your spouse, if you talk about business, there's very specific rules about that and how you do it. For example, I mean, I talk business with my mother all the time, and we drive, quite a distance to be there with her. So guess what? It's business, right? So Uncle Sam pays me to visit her. I mean, to go do business out of town with one of my business partners. Sorry, that was a little slip there. Okay, I hope you got the meaning. I hope you got the meaning. Also, the next time that we get together, I'm going to give you a little bit of an anomaly in the 179,000 pages of the code, and it's something that is this. Most of us like to do this, right? But we do it for our families. We are business people. I'm passionate about what I do. I work 22 hours a day, but that's just because I'm driven by passion. But my family needs to take a break because they get stressed by watching us, the business people that work with passion, do what we do. So we need to, take some trips and do some things. Now, the family calls it a vacation. Okay? We never write that in our agenda. And the next time that we're going to get together, I'm going to show you exactly why you never write those words in your planner. Those words will never be in your planner from this point forward. There's always a purpose for whatever it is, wherever it is that you're going, whatever it is that you're doing, okay? And I'm going to show you how to make it happen. How can you go to Orlando and go to the parks and all this other stuff and 100% of all those expenses, make them deductible? I'm going to show you that the next time that we get together. But right now we're here in the Jedi group, and there's a question that I want to ask you. Okay, and this is very important because remember, at the very beginning I said we're here for two purposes: make more and keep more of what you are making. All right, so we want to make more, want to keep more. So are you having a problem with your paid ads not performing? Okay. Remember, that's what this group is all about, to help you with your paid ads, to help you grow your business. I don't care if it's an e-com, if it is, Shopify, whatever it is, whatever kind of business it is, are you having a problem with your paid ads? Well, we have a series that we've developed, okay, and it's called something that we want to help you with. So the Facebook Advertising Master Entrepreneurs, you need and you must become a master entrepreneur. So you need to master the ability to run your paid ads. And, this is what the Jedi group is all about. I invite you right here to download the Clicks magazine. This is a magazine that's going to have all kinds of really good information for you on helping you, grow your business and take your paid ads to the next level, whether it's Google, whether it's Facebook. And we're always going to keep you up to date. This is the current issue that you're seeing right there on your screen. So go ahead and go to clicksmagazine.net and download your complimentary copy. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about FAME, which is the Facebook Advertising Masters Entrepreneurs Group. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But next time that we get together, we're going to talk very specifically about that word that you're never going to write on your agenda from this point forward. All right? So this is Ruben. I'm saying goodbye. What we want for you right now is to be able to learn how to make more and keep more of what you make. I will see you on the other side.